Have you ever noticed how the more you chase perfection, the further peace seems to drift away? Every flaw feels like a failure. Every setback feels like proof that you're not enough. Every imperfection becomes something to hide, fix, or erase. But what if the very thing you're running from is the thing that holds the key to mastery? Ancient Japanese wisdom teaches something radically different. It says imperfection is not weakness. It is the doorway to resilience, depth, and lifelong growth. This philosophy is called Wabi-Sabi, not the shallow idea of accepting flaws, but a disciplined way of seeing reality as it is, unfinished, weathered, transient, and profoundly beautiful. In the late 1600s, a wandering poet named Matsuo Basho set out on a dangerous journey across feudal Japan. By 45, Basho was already famous. His haiku were admired, his name respected, yet inside he was restless. Regrets haunted him. Doubts followed him like a shadow. The pressure to create something flawless slowly crushed his spirit. So he left everything behind. For years, Basho walked through storms, illness, loneliness, and uncertainty. He slept in broken huts. He traveled while sick. He faced the truth that life refuses to be perfect, and instead of resisting it, he embraced it. Through Zen teachings and the philosophy of Wabi-Sabi, Basho began to see cracks not as damage, but as openings. Impermanence stopped being frightening. Loss stopped being failure. Aging stopped being decay. His greatest work, The Narrow Road to the Interior, was born not from control, but from surrender to life as it truly is. Wabi-Sabi teaches that everything is temporary, everything is incomplete, everything carries marks of time, and that is not a flaw in existence, it is the design. This way of thinking didn't stay confined to poetry. It flowed into tea huts, gardens, monasteries, and even the battlefield. Tea master Sen no Rikyu rejected gold, symmetry, and excess. In an age obsessed with status and perfection, he chose cracked bowls, uneven floors, and quiet spaces. His message was simple, yet dangerous. Perfection is lifeless. Truth lives in the imperfect. Samurai absorbed this lesson deeply. They understood that no battle unfolds as planned. No strike lands perfectly. No warrior remains unscarred. Armor was asymmetrical for mobility. Weapons were repaired instead of replaced. Battle damage was worn with dignity. Even defeat was treated as instruction. Miyamoto Musashi wrote that rigid perfection fails in real combat. Adaptability, flowing with error, is what survives chaos. Dat Masamune ruled with one eye and unmatched strategy, turning what others saw as a flaw into legend. Zen monks practiced meditation without chasing stillness. Wandering thoughts were not enemies, they were teachers. Japanese gardens were designed crooked on purpose, forcing the mind to stop expecting order and start accepting reality. Even today, this philosophy lives on. Modern neuroscience shows that accepting imperfection reduces fear responses in the brain and increases creativity. Continuous improvement replaces rigid ideals. Iteration replaces paralysis. Wabi-Sabi is not about giving up standards. It is about releasing the illusion that control creates fulfillment. At its core, Wabi-Sabi rests on three truths. Everything changes, nothing is complete, and authenticity grows with age. When you accept impermanence, you stop clinging. When you welcome asymmetry, creativity flows. When you honor your scars, self-respect deepens. A chipped mug tells a story. A weathered face carries wisdom. A failed path often leads somewhere truer. Even Basho wrote that all that remains of warriors' dreams are summer grasses, not glory, not perfection, only traces and meaning within them. Wabi-Sabi asks you to live the same way. Notice moments without trying to freeze them. Create without polishing the soul out of your work. Let your past shape you instead of shame you. Repair what breaks, symbolically and literally. Turn fractures into gold. Carry your history with quiet pride. This path is not passive. It demands awareness, discipline, honesty. It refuses excuses disguised as self-acceptance. Growth still matters. Effort still matters. But suffering born from impossible perfection does not. Basho's life ended the same way it was lived, in motion, in acceptance, in peace. Sick on a journey, his dreams wandered over fields of dried grass. Not perfect, but complete. And so can your life be. Not by erasing flaws, but by integrating them. Not by waiting to be ready, but by walking anyway. This is Wabi-Sabi, the art of lifelong mastery through imperfection. If this resonated, like, subscribe, and comment your 90-day commitment. Let's build lifelong mastery together.